have started the lesson body movement. Am I right? We have started the lesson body movement. In that we have discussed about the locomotion and the skeletal system. In the last video we have discussed about the skeletal system and parts of the skeletal system. Actually, what is a skeletal system? Skeletal system is nothing but a framework of a bones. It's nothing but a formation of the bones. Human skeleton. We have discussed about human skeleton, in which we have discussed about the only parts of bones. Am I right? Then in the last video we have discussed the different parts of the bone, that is skull, rib cage, backbone. Am I right? Different parts of the skeletal system we have discussed in the last video. So now let's discuss about the next part of the skeletal system. Now these bones, if you might have seen, the bones are joined. They are to make, now see, this is my two, there are the two bones here. Am I right? That is radius and ulna. Am I right? These two bones and this is another bone, that is humerus. These bones and these bones are joined in the elbow. Am I right? So the two, where the two bones meet, that is called as a joints. That is called as a joints. Now in your craft activity you might have done the different activities. Am I right? So you might have prepared the different articles, decoration purpose. For the decoration purpose you have done the different articles. Am I right? So by using the different things you have joined the particular papers. When you are joining the two different papers with the help of, then what you are using? Yes, you are using gum. Am I right? We can't use in our body the gum to join these two bones. We don't use the bones. But to join the bones, we use the name. To join the bones, there is a tissue, elastic tissue. Now, what is a tissue? That we are going to discuss in the next lesson, that is living organism and its characteristics. See, our whole body is made up of small cell. That is, now see, if you are building, if we want to construct a building, then we need a bricks, small bricks. Am I right? Similarly, our whole body is made up of small cell, and when all the cell comes together, it forms a tissue. When the number of cells comes together, it forms a tissue. So like this, the tissue. These joints are joined by the bones are joined by the elastic, flexible and elastic tissue, that is called as a ligaments. That is called as a ligaments. These bones are joined by our elastic tissue, that is ligaments. Are you getting this? And this ligaments, now there is a flexibility. Now I can move my elbow anyhow. Am I right? I can move easily. There is a good friction, smooth friction, so that I can move easily. Am I right? Now see, for example, when you are pedaling a bicycle, for the pedaling sometimes your cycle chain becomes very tight. Am I right? At that time you put an oil so that it can move easily. Yes, similarly in our there is a, to move our bones flexibly or smoothly, there is a tissue that is called as a cartilage. That is called as a cartilage. See, these two bones are joined by the elastic tissue, that is called as a ligaments. And to move them smoothly, there is a tissue that is called as a cartilage. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? So let's discuss about the different types of the joint. The joints are mainly classified into three types: immovable, slightly movable and movable. Immovable, the word itself tells you immovable means not movable. It is fixed joint. The joint which is fixed. The joint which is fixed. For example, now see, there are some parts that which are fixed. For example, we have discussed about the skull. Am I right? In this, all the bones are fixed. They do not move. See, our brain is totally fixed. Now, see, look at the skull. Yes, it is a fixed joint. It is not movable. It does not move. Only the lower part, that is lower jaw, only it is movable. Other all the joints are fixed, which do not move. Are you getting this? So I hope that you have understood about immovable, means which is fixed joint, which does not move. Now let's discuss about slightly movable. The word itself tells you that slightly movable means little bit movement. It shows a little bit movement. Are you getting? Now, in the parts of the skeletal system, we have discussed about the backbone. Am I right? Our backbone consists of vertebral column. Yes, our backbone consists of vertebral column, and these are little bit movable. They are slightly movable. In the vertebral column, there is a pad of cartilage. That is a pad of cartilage. You can see in the image. That is the pad of cartilage, which is slightly, which helps them to vertebral columns to move slightly. Means little bit movement it can show. Are you getting this? So that is called as a slightly movable joint. They are called as a slightly movable joint. Are you getting this? Immovable joint is present in the skull. It is present in the skull. Okay? Means which is fixed, which does not move at all. See, the skull does not move at all. Only our lower jaw is movable. In slightly movable joint is example is backbone. Right? Your vertebral columns. The vertebral columns are little bit movable. They are little bit movable. Are you getting? So now let's discuss about the movable joint. Movable joint. The word itself tells you that movable. They can move. Now in our human skeleton, there are some parts of the bones which can move. For example, let us say your hand is moving. Yes, your legs are moving. The legs are helps to walk. Am I right? So they are the movable joint. So let's discuss them in a detail. So in movable joints are classified into 4 types. That is ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, and grinding joint. So let's discuss about ball and socket joint. Now, have you seen the ball? Yes. How is it? It is a round shape. Am I right? And socket. It is a cup shape. It is nothing but a cup shape. So now your hand, this which is this ball? It is a humerus. Am I right? Humerus is it is in which shape? The end of the humerus is in a ball shape, and the shoulder is in a cup shape. So this bone is fixed in a shoulder. So this joint is called as a ball and socket joint, and it can move in all the direction. Now your hand is moving in all the direction. Am I right? So such a joint is called as a ball and socket joint. Are you getting this? So this is about a ball and socket joint. It is present in a shoulder and it is present in a hip. It is present in a hip. So ball and socket is present in a shoulder and hip. Then the next type of the joint is hinge joint. Now at your door, you can see this type of the joint. You can see this. So this is a hinge joint. Now it helps the door to move forward and backward. Am I right? So this joint, the hinge joint, is present in our elbow, knee. It is present in elbow and knee, which moves only in one direction. Up, down, up, down. So such a joint is called as a hinge joint, which moves only in one direction, up and down. You cannot bend this. Am I right? So such a joint is called as a hinge joint, which is present in only in a one direction, which moves only in a one direction. Then the next is pivot joint. Pivot joint is present in our neck. See, our head is stable on the neck. Am I right? So our neck moves, so it helps to move forward, backward, left and right. Am I right? This pivot joint rotates in a forward direction, backward, left and right. Are you getting this? So such a joint is called as a pivot joint, which is present in the neck. Which is present in the neck. Are you getting? The next is gliding joint. Next is a gliding joint, which moves only a little bit, which moves slightly. This joint is present in a wrist and ankle. This joint is present in a wrist and in the ankle, which moves only little bit, slightly, which moves in all the direction, which moves only slightly. So such a joint is called as a gliding joint. Are you getting this? So this was about a joint and its types. We have discussed in today's video types of joint: immovable, slightly movable and totally movable joint. In movable joint, we have discussed the different parts of the joint: ball and socket, hinge joint, pivot joint and gliding joint. Are you getting this? So my dear student, today's work is that you have to read the different types of the joints, read this joint and write them in your notebook. Now see, immovable joint is present in a skull, slightly in backbone. Then movable joint, these are the four main types of movable joint: ball and socket, hinge joint, pivot, gliding. Ball and socket joint is present in, where it is present? It is in shoulder and hip. Then hinge joint is present in elbow, then knee, even in your finger. See, finger is moving up and down. So they are present in hinge joint. Pivot joint is present in a neck and gliding joint in wrist and in a ankle. Are you getting this? So I hope you have understood it. In the next video, we are going to discuss about see, our bone. Above our bone, what is this? The skin like which is made up of? That is muscles, that we are going to discuss in the next video. Okay. Bye. Thank you.